Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk Circa 1856, the new visitors experience for the brand Chicken Cock in Bardstown, Kentucky. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Jeff Andreezy, Tim Swyatt, and Kathy Cool.
Hey gang, what's up?
What's happening? Hello.
Hey-oh, so we were just talking off the air. This one's kind of been stealthy, a little bit under the radar, but it certainly should be talked about. We also talked about the fact the name Circa 1856, I think it's just a reminder to how old that brand is, just to let you know that this isn't a new startup or anything like that. They've been around a long time. You're talking about a brand that was revived but goes back to 1856, so pretty cool stuff. They are in the heart of bourbon country, which is very cool, and we're also talking about the fact the person that is the face of that brand is pretty damn cool. If you don't know who he is, you should, and that makes this place an instant player in my mind. We'll get to all that stuff and more after the break. For right now, no one had small talk, so we said we would go to the box here called Small Talk. I was going to verify to the folks here it's called Small Talk, and let's see. I'm just going to take one at random here. I'm going to pick one out, and this is going to be our Small Talk for the show. All right. Okay, here we go. If you could live in any city in the world, which one would you choose and why? All right, which would you choose and why? Any city in the world is all accessible to you. This is going to be your primary, your home base. That doesn't mean you can never leave there. It doesn't mean you can't go visit anywhere you want. But it's going to be your primary living place. Where would you live? All right, let's start with Kat. Oh, well, let's start with Tim because he's got it. So if maybe Kathy's still thinking, I'll give her more time. What do you got there, Tim? Where would you live?
It would be on the island of Islay in Scotland. For all my smoked peated whiskey fans, I'd be able to work at all the distilleries there and have fun. Yes, that would be my spot. Wouldn't be the general spot. That would be mine.
Right.
Give me the sea breeze. Give me all the seasons.
This involves you getting a divorce. So yeah, this is well planned out. That's perfect.
Exactly. Well played.
Yeah, there you go. Couldn't get any better than that. All right. How about you, Kathy? You could live anywhere in the world.
You know, I don't want to sound like
you can stay where you're right at. It doesn't have to be anything.
No, I'm not staying where I'm at.
You stay exactly where you're at.
No, I'm not staying where I'm at. I get on Realtor.com and look at the housing market. Seriously, this isn't bullshit. In Bardstown, Kentucky, probably once a week.
Okay.
So when it's time for me to go somewhere, I
think it's going to be Bardstown.
There's 4 seasons. It's quaint. It's close enough to a big city, and it's surrounded by fantastic distilleries. So
that was number 2 for me, Kathy.
It sounds cheesy, but I'm seriously it's Bardstown.
I do like Bardstown. If I had to live in a city in Kentucky, I think it would be Bardstown at this point. I think it's away from the big city stuff of Louisville, which I like Louisville, but it's also very accessible. It's 45 minutes away. It's like the difference between where I'm at in south part of the county and you up in North County. It's no different. We're both St. Louis, but it's 45 minutes away. So Louisville's like 45 minutes from Bardstown, so it's the same thing, really. So still right there. So yeah. That's a good one. All right, Beka, you could live anywhere in the world. Where would it be?
I'm sure I have like better picks than this, but maybe I don't. But also, I don't want to just like say somewhere like overseas or something just because like it's pretty. But I would, off of like travel experiences, because I haven't gone like overseas enough, so I'm not going to say anywhere over there. But I really love Anna Marie Island.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well,
I fucking down in Florida.
Yeah.
That place is like magical.
yeah.
That beach out there is just, and I know it's not always, it can't always just be amazing magical experience, but the first time I went there was by pure accident. I mean, it was like I didn't just was like thought like, oh, maybe I think there's something out this way. Just kept going. We're like, this is the best place ever. I love that place.
Okay.
Ideally, very rich and wouldn't have to like go grocery shopping. Someone just like brings me things, and I wouldn't have to leave. So
Sure. I'll say this for me, and again, I do like Florida. That's where I would want to be. I'm going to be in Florida, and I do like several different cities in Florida, but I think the one for me would be Sanibel. That being said, unless Beka gets to go to the ultimate place and it's Anna Marie Island, then I'll move there too because then we're close. I want to have a friend.
Then we're
there,
perfect.
I'd be like, I got a buddy there now.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, it would be someone.
Because that'd be the worst part is like
right.
being there and just like I don't have anything to do because I don't know anyone. I don't even know what else is there, but.
Or you want to go somewhere? I can watch your house, or I can make sure Dean's taken care of.
I think that's
things that help out. Yeah.
That's the ticket right there.
Right.
We'll both move there.
All right, we'll both move there. So there you go. The Bourbon Daily will be coming to you from Anna Marie Island. So
I like it.
Yeah, Jeff, how about you? We know that it's South Dakota. I mean, yeah, you're going balmy. You're going warm, toasty.
It's got to be balmy. This is a tough question because. I'm thinking, am I going to follow the food? Am I going to follow cigars? Am I heading to the
mild
Dominican
weather?
Republic? No, it's
going to be.
It's probably the one area that I've been to enough. I'm going to say Kansas City area. So it's got a lot of great barbecue.
Jesus
people down
Christ!
There
the shithole of Missouri is where you end up.
I'm not going down. I'm not going to live downtown. I'm going to be somewhere on the outskirts. I'm going to have a little.
What a pathetic answer. That is just horrible. This is an answer where it's subjective and you can't get it wrong. I think you just got our subjective question wrong. Kansas City.
I might have.
No, you've angered Steve, but hold your ground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
hold your ground.
Because it's the food scene. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get barbecue.
Oh yeah, fast food. They got a shitload of fast food places there. It's so.
They got a Culver's. I think I heard.
Yeah, they got.
I'm gonna go to Stroud's and get some.
Get your butter burgers.
Yeah, they have Whataburger there. I will give them credit. Here's the one thing Kansas City has that St. Louis doesn't have. They have a Whataburger.
They have a Whataburger?
I do like Whataburger.
I do like Whataburger.
I like a solid Whataburger.
Sons of bitches.
They're also open all night.
Right.
They're open all the time.
Even now?
Yes, they're open 24/7.
God damn them. Why do they got to have the Whataburger?
They sell collared shirts there too, because you never know when you need a collared shirt before you go to the nudie bar. They won't let you in Texas, and the nudie bar is not a collared shirt.
The first time I had Whataburger was because I was trashed in I don't remember what city I was even in, if I'm being honest. I think
Texas,
I was in Oklahoma
Florida,
City, maybe.
Or
it's somewhere when I was working in the oil field. I was down. I think it was Oklahoma City. It could have been. It could have been Kansas City. Honestly, I have no idea. But I was like, I need food, and they're like, I know where to take you. And the Uber driver drove me through Whataburger.
Hell yeah!
And I was like, since you're driving me through, do you want some Whataburger? And he's like, hell yeah, I do. I was like, fuck yeah. And so I bought us both Whataburger, and he pulled off, and we just sat in his car. I forgot about this. We sat in this Uber driver's car. I am trash. I would assume the Uber driver was not, since he was driving Uber. And we just sat there and just demolished Whataburger burgers. And I was like, this fucking is so good.
Yeah.
And then he
Jeff, I
drove me
thought you-
back home after we ate our Whataburger.
I had Jeff pinned on a Des Moines, Iowa guy, not a Kansas City guy. You surprised me, Jeff. I thought Des
Des
Moines
Moines, I
was
think
I
I'd
think
be
it's
down
the
there for Iowa
barbecue
Smoky D's.
background.
I'd be nailing that, But Steve, I'd be so much closer to the barrel shop,
It's
the
true.
ABV barrel
It's
shop.
true.
It's nothing to drive.
It's a
across.
weekend trip then. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's no big deal.
It's
Just
nothing,
jump on
so-
Highway 70 and you're there in no time. So, yeah.
You get out of the armpit of Missouri back to St. Louis. Not bad.
Yeah, there you go. You have to hang out with us. So that'd be cool.
I don't know
But,
enough about
bring me
St.
some
Louis, but
Whataburger
I'll
when
take
you
that.
come into town then. That'll be good. All right, there you go. Next up is we're going to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Tim. Tim, what do you got?
All right. I got a bottle of Chicken Cock Island Rooster.
Okay.
Rye whiskey finished in
There you go.
rum barrel.
We had some of that at the shop for a while.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
This one, though, was signed by Mr. Greg Schneider.
Oh, nice.
Very, very happy to meet him. All right. Slide on the set.
Okay,
Nothing.
nothing there.
Aw.
Nothing. I do the chicken cock blonde that they had. I love that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kathy looks like she's ready to go, so we're gonna go.
Yeah,
Kathy
I
next.
had a bottle of chicken cock, but I can't find it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna open up my Hemingway rye.
Okay. Okay. That's our lead right now. Jeff's next. What do you got, Jeff?
Well, I have some Isanti Spirits straight rye whiskey. It's 11 years old.
Oh, nice.
It's their grad batch that was bottled in 2024. So we'll give this one a crack.
Oh,
That's what mine sounded like, by the way.
That's going to be tough to beat.
Yes.
All right. Becca, you're next.
I've got a brand new bottle of Bluegrass Distillers. This is their single barrel toasted oak. Let's see.
Oh,
No,
ooh. Kathy,
Jeff's
who's
was
got the lead?
clean. That was squeaky.
There's lots of squeak
Yeah,
there. I think
her
Jeff's
pop
got
was
it.
impressive, but I feel like
I
Jeff's
think
was
Jeff's got it
cleaner.
too. That's what I do, but I just want to make sure I don't want to be like I'm going against Becca, but I do think that Jeff did. But that's what you said. You were the judge. That's what we're going with. I've got Leopold 8. This is the bourbon finished in a 3-chamber rye barrel. All right, here we go. No, quiet as can be. I was like Swiat there, so.
But it's still a
It was
hell of a
louder
pour.
than Swiat's.
It's a hell of a pour. It is a hell of a pour. So there you go. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers, all.
Cheers.
All right, well,
Show pour.
that is the last show pour. That's a big time pour, but that's some great whiskey. So I enjoy that. That's a normal pour when you're having the Leopold 8. It's like that's how much you got to drink. It's just that good. Otherwise, you're going to just keep back opening
Just
up the
can't
bottle.
stop.
Right, you can't stop. So you try to circumvent that by doing a big pour. So, all right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Circa 1856, this new place from Chicken Cock. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Katie Proof, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Distiller.
Hey, that could be the new name of the show.
I'm sitting here reading this stuff. Yeah. Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily.
Okay.
Today we're talking about Chicken Cock's experience, or official experience, in Bardstown.
Yes. What do we know about this, Kathy? You're a research specialist. What do you got for us?
I am a research specialist, and what I've heard is that, first of all, it's getting great reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Bardstown, where a lot of these are going to Whiskey Row in Louisville. So I think that's a lot of fun.
I think that was a good move. I think that it's getting a little crowded there on Whiskey Row. Yep.
Yeah, and so, they're making cocktails. It feels like your own living room. I can't wait to check it out, personally.
Yeah. I'm into it, this idea too. So, yes. Again, the name Circa 1856 is a tribute to the fact that the brand's been around forever. 1856 is a long time ago. And you're talking about, this place has a bar experience. So we're talking flights, cocktails, small bites, a gift shop, a tasting room / museum of all some of those historical artifacts. They have a small still on site, which is pretty cool. Which is even cooler is it's outside. That's pretty cool. Outside distillation. That's pretty awesome. The only other person I know doing that is our buddy in Alabama there, Seth Detling. So, so that's pretty cool. And, what's the future hold? They've got some ideas already, like maybe they'll run their barrel program out of there. So you're doing a barrel pick. You do the pick on site there. So maybe some e-commerce. More and more distilleries are getting into shipping their products. Could they run that out of there? And then lodging too. So I don't know where this place is at, but apparently they're looking at adding some lodging there where you could actually have an experience where you get to spend the night at this place. So it should be interesting.
When did it open?
I think just recently, but I saw nothing about it. I saw this one article that I put in here from lanereport.com had the article. That's the only thing I saw on this. Usually these things
it was end of June, beginning of July. It just recently hit, to your point.
Yeah.
So there's been nothing on it.
Right.
Nobody's picked it up. I think it's because nobody understands the brand. They think the brand name may be a joke, all the jokes along with that. And then we have Heaven Hill's got a brand that also has a lot of jokes about it. But if you start tasting the whiskey, you get behind the brand of who's actually making the product. You get real interested real quick.
Right.
It's right off the Circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, really? It's that. So that's right in the heart of Bardstown.
Yeah,
Really?
it's right off the Circle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right next to
And
the
if you
drive-up
look at
liquor
the
store.
pictures, they've got, it's gorgeous. The chandeliers, the ceiling, the bar. It's a beautiful spot.
So one of the things that working on, it's been on the back burner, but did some early preliminary work for Bourbon Palooza Bardstown 2, Electric Boogaloo, and I think I'm going to try to get this place involved. Why not, right? I mean,
I have to.
Yeah.
Why would they not want the press, to be honest with you?
Right.
They're going to get a lot of press off this one.
Yeah.
Just from the people going.
Yeah. So Greg Snyder, tell us a little bit about him, Tim. And we want to provide some perspective of the individual that, because again, I think our group knows, but I don't know that the bourbon community at large knows who Greg Snyder is.
Yeah. So Greg is currently, he's in consulting, and he's pretty much contracted with Chicken Cock right now. He, after talking with him at an event up here in Chicago, they are now producing through Bardstown Distilling Company, which is interesting. They're producing their recipes. Ownership is fully involved in this one. If you remember the 20-year Cotton Club offering, that was all based off the packaging. Everything was all a nod back to the original brand that went before they bought up. That's not their own 20-year-old stock, but they tried to make something close to that. But Greg's prior roles was at Brown Forman and at Jim Beam too as well, working alongside Booker No and all the old the faces that we all know from the larger distilleries, and Jimmy Russell. He's worked around as like the number 2, number 3 guy.
Yeah, worked a Wild Turkey too. Yeah. Helped with Russell's Reserve launching that particular brand. So he was put on a project of what do we do? We got aging barrels. What do you do with this stuff? So he came up with this idea of what they could do with it, and they came up with a age stated Russell's Reserve. So which was also a tribute to Jim. Yeah, he's no slacker. No, he's got a great history in this business, and he knows everybody. Again, you hang out with him, you get to hear stories about Booker No, and you get to hear stories about pretty much everybody from the world of bourbon from the golden era. So yeah, Elmer T. Lee and all these folks, Jerry Dalton. He hung out with all these guys. So yeah, it's a cool thing.
And they are going to offer exclusive releases through.
Yes.
Shop.
So you've got exclusive releases. You do have that small still. That small still is not for distribution. It's going to be for things that are available down the road. Again, we know the whiskey business, things take time, but down the road there'll be releases through the gift shop of what they're creating there on site, which is pretty cool. So yeah. I like this. I think it's a cool thing. It gives what was been 100% source brand a home. Gives them the ability to put their spin on a few things that they'll be able to make again down the road as we get some age on the stuff that they're going to be laying down. And I think it's just fun. I think it's really fun. If you're a fan of the brand, it gives you a place to go and visit. And this historical thing of a historical brand to have Greg Snyder involved, an opportunity to meet him and maybe be there for a bottle signing or hear some stories. I think that's a very cool thing. So there you go. I think I'm all for this one. It's a good
area just keeps adding great opportunities for fans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is a good one. So yeah, very, very excited about it. So there you go. That's all we want to do, give you guys the heads up about it, because we hadn't heard a lot about it. So again, I happened to come across this one article, and that's this is not a business where typically things fall off. People don't hear them. I don't know why this one isn't blasted all over everywhere, but yeah, Tim may be on to something that people just don't understand the brand or worry that, again, because we're dealing with, a lot of entities, and we've seen that through some of the reporting that we've seen. They don't really know the bourbon business, but they write about the bourbon business, and maybe they don't know anything about Chicken Cock or Greg Snyder or all that kind of stuff.
If you're a listener of this podcast, you're in the know. So
you're in the know. Yeah.
The places that bourbon fans want, the folks that are really involved and looking for those experiences that are off the beaten path and not heavily marketed.
Yeah,
this is one
of them. So there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
All right, Kathy.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
All right, Tim.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. All of our previous shows on there. We've got an interview with Greg Snyder on there, so check that out. Again, on the Bourbon Show, go to the sites or just search Greg Snyder online, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. You never know what we're going to have in there. We're always getting new barrel picks. I think we've got 6 or 7 in the last week, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more coming up. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com, and also check out bourbonpalooza.com. That's where we do our events and things like that. We'll be having events probably at this place. So Circa 1856 sounds like a place that we'd like to do an event at, and we'll bringing you those kind of things. So check us out online, bourbonpalooza.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, I see please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.